The show we speak our minds and open yours. This is
Bongari Drummo.
It's the headlines.
Cape Town water consumption drops by 43 million litres and spy expulsions a setback for Trump-Putin courtship. A very good afternoon. I am Rose Ratsaga. Cape Townians have managed to get water usage down to 522 million litres per day over the past week, to 43 million litres less than the previous week's water usage. The city of Cape Town still requires Cape Townians to reduce collective usage to 450 litres per day or 50 litres per person per day. We need to achieve this target in order to stretch the available water supplies through the rest of the year, said Deputy Mayor Ian Nielsen. The more water we use, the faster our dam levels decline. In the past week, dam levels have fallen by 0.5% to 22.2%, despite the rain that was received primarily on March 24th. The city is still planning to implement several water-saving measures because it is difficult to estimate the amount of rainfall Cape Town will receive in winter. The city has also been expanding its rollout of pressure testing with the purpose of using the results to implement more automated pressure zones across the metro in an effort to help reduce water usage to 50 litres per person per day. By creating automated pressure zones, the city is able to adjust water pressure remotely and work more efficiently as it implements pressure management. US President Donald Trump has ordered an unprecedented expulsion of Russian officials and warned the Kremlin needs to change, a setback for his courtship to Russian President Vladimir Putin, but perhaps not its end. On the face of it, the latest iteration of Washington's endless reset of relations with Moscow is in serious trouble. Having wooed Putin for the better part of 2 years, the 71-year-old US president on Monday expelled 60 alleged Russian spies. True to Trump's embrace for superlatives, that was the largest single expulsion of Russians or Soviet intelligence officers on record, according to one senior official. Trump also ordered the closure of the Russian consulate in Seattle within snooping distance of a U.S. submarine base and a plant run by aircraft maker Boeing, one of the president's favorite companies. Those were your news headlines. Catch me at 2 to 2:30 p.m. bringing you your latest sports updates. Temperatures are 25 in Johannesburg, 31 in Lagos, 7 in Washington, D.C. Next up is the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
It's time to buckle up.
now. This is
Bongari Drummo.
You are joyride. Your love, my life, your love, my life, joyride. Your love, my life, your love, my life, joyride. You are, oh yes you are.
Joyride coming through right here on the Dramatic Talk with myself, Bongani Drama. Mukhari featuring Skumba the DJ. Quite amazing one. We love it so much here. It's 7 after 2 Central African time on a Wednesday, the 28th of March 2018. 2 days until we say hello to Good Friday. It's going to be quite an amazing one. It's going to be so great, folks. Thank you so much for streaming in and welcome to it one more time as the Dramatic Talk with myself, Bongani Drama. Quite an amazing show that we're going to be having, including obviously and the Convo Corner that's going to be happening as well. However, thank you so much to the Green Hookup Show hosted by Diane Naidu from 10:30 to 12 p.m. there. Thank you so much for keeping us a loop and keeping us great by all means as well. Coming up on the Convo Corner, we're going to be talking, can man be sexually harassed as well? And also on Dramatainment, that's your Dramatainment news coming through. Tira and Mampincha feud intensifies. Quite amazing thing. Young actor Nico Tortorella and his partner Bethany Meyers tied the knot, and it's stunning and it's beautiful as well. Talking about tying knots, so means he's also going to be tying a knot very soon. On Fashion Fair, we look at Blake Lively prefers to be her own stylist as well. And the last one that we have is Kim Jones replaces Chris Van Ark at Dior home as well. 9 after 2 Central African time. Rose Rataga, welcome back.
How are you doing?
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to be back. I've missed this place.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, we missed you as well last week, and I mean, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm back now.
Yeah?
Sorted the things out.
It's amazing. Current affairs news, what is really, really happening?
So basically, luckily, Cape Town has managed to reduce their water consumption because, as you know, day 0 was postponed to April, and April is like next month.
Yeah.
But thank goodness they managed, to lower their water consumption, and let's hope they won't meet day 0 on the day that it's scheduled.
Amazing.
It's the 12th of
We're
April.
hoping it doesn't really happen, right? But talking about water, I mean, something that doesn't really need water is sanitary towels for schoolgirls that are going on for free. How amazing is that?
Amazing.
Now, Minister of Women in the Presidency, Bathabile Dlamini, says girls in primary and secondary school will soon receive the sanitary towels that are actually very free. Now, for 7 years, the ANC-led government has promised women free sanitary towels, but has still not delivered. Now, former President J.Z. Zuma told ANC supporters in Polokwane, Limpopo on January 8, 2011 that the free sanitary towels will be provided to all women. Now, pads must be free for school kids. Children now start menstruating at the age of 9. It's young children. Let's start with something we are going to win. So it's quite amazing. So they always give away, free government condoms. So I think with sanitary towels, and I've always said that sanitary towels as well need to be given out for free.
It's a new day in South Africa.
It's a new day.
Thank goodness.
Thank you, Mr. President, as well for that. Alrighty, folks, it's 10 after 2 Central African time. Right in the Dramatic Talk. Let's go straight to it. It's time for the Convo Corner.
Askhulumeni in the Convo Corner.
Check this out.
It's time for the Convo Corner.
It is absolutely time for the Convo Corner. And I mean, there's always a case of, women being sexually harassed in the workplace. However, we forget that actually there are men who are also sexually harassed in the workplace. I don't know if you knew about this.
I think I heard a story about it, but because it happened to a man, it got shoved to the side. It got dismissed immediately. Whereas with women as well, it would have prolonged.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think it's quite a serious matter.
100%. It's a serious matter. Now, while the vast majority of sexual harassment are filed by women, right, an increasing number of men are filing their own claims. All right. Now, in 2015, 6,822 sexual harassment claims were filed. Now, 17.1% of those cases were filed by men.
Oh, wow.
Like you said just now that actually men get pushed on the side to say, really, you were not sexually harassed, whatever. Actually, we don't care.
Yeah, and looking at this whole concept of masculinity, I think we don't have a lot of men reporting that they are being sexually harassed in their workplaces because they're also trying to put on the certain image of masculinity and their egos,
100%.
Whereas you should be talking about these problems because they're also psychological.
100%.
Right?
They're quite psychological. And, here's the thing that, with a lot of men, they actually don't think that it's sexual harassment until something really huge happens and they actually find out later on to actually mention that, no, actually this woman has been sexually harassing me in the workplace.
Yeah.
In actual fact. Now, there are a number of cases involving female on male workplace sexual harassment that have resulted in significant onwards for the male employee. Now, these include instances of retaliation for refusing sexual advances, unwelcome touching and caressing in the workplace, and being subjected to offensive sexual comments and jokes as well. Now, male-to-male workplace sexual harassment claims are becoming more common, starting with a 1998 ruling from the United States Supreme Court that held that men are protected from workplace sexual harassment under Title V11 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now, these are cases may include both sexual advances from male co-workers and supervisors and sexual, based housing, and that can be equally damaging as well. Now, this is the reason why men don't usually report that they're being sexually harassed. Now, there are exact statistics on how many men are sexually harassed at work and how many men of these actually filed claims of sexual harassment. However, it is likely that the cases filed, represent just a portion of the total number of men who are sexually harassed at work. Now, some men may not report their harassment or file a claim because they are afraid of being mocked by co-workers, right? Because, like you mentioned, that they have a little bit of an ego, going on. They might think that, other co-workers will laugh so much at them. Now, they may believe that men can truly be sexually harassed by a woman, or that being harassed by another man implicates their own sexuality as well. So if a gay man touches you inappropriately in the workplace, as another man, you will think, no, actually, this is so embarrassing, I can't talk about it.
Yeah.
But in actual fact, you have to speak about it because, the more men speak about it, the more we know that there actually are men that are sexually harassed in the workplace.
And the more we respect each other from both sides, I think that could contribute to, a decrease in abuse.
100%.
Both in women and men.
100%.
If we talk about it.
Now, they may fear being embarrassed in details of their harassment when leaked. Now, particularly if, they believe that they should be able to handle the issue themselves. They probably think that the issue can be handled by themselves, but in actual fact, not really. Now, whatever the reason, it is evident that many men are simply not filing claims of sexual harassment. Now, if you're a man who's being sexually harassed in the workplace, know that it is not acceptable and that there are ways to get help. Alrighty, if you're a man and listening out there. Now, the first step is to contact a seasoned workplace harassment attorney who knows how to get results. Now, the lawyers of PLBSH have in-depth knowledge of workplace harassment laws and procedures and can work with you to ensure that you're protected and get the compensation you deserve. We'll try and get those contact numbers out, before the end of the show. Now, a gang of women kidnapped a man. This is a story. And they raped him for 3 days while force feeding him energy drinks. How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
That is so crazy.
You ask yourself, what is going on through these women's minds? Is it also like being spiteful because of what's happening with women in society? But do you fight fire with fire? Or do you try sort that? I mean, two wrongs don't make a right.
They don't. But do you really, really have to, as women, to showcase that you can actually do what men are doing to you? I don't think that, is natural. Now, the victim was later found traumatized and exhausted after being dumped in a field semi-naked after a 72-hour ordeal. And according to police in South Africa. Now, detectives investigating the case said the 23-year-old man had gone into a 15-seater communal taxi with 3 young women. And police, spokesperson Captain Khalid said, en route into town, the driver changed direction and the young man was told to get in the front. One of the women then allegedly injected him with an unknown substance and he passed out and woke up in an unfamiliar room in a single bed, raped for 3 full days and, fed energy drinks.
Rape is abuse.
It is
whether
abuse.
it happens to a man, it happens to a woman. It's
abuse.
not supposed to happen to any human being.
100%. Shouldn't be happening.
No.
Now, a survey of men who say they have been forced to have sex by a woman claims, blackmail and threats were the most common methods used. So these women would, blackmail you into really having, uncontested, pornyakos with them. Now, a research project of 154 men compelled to penetrate a woman found more than a fifth of them were forced into it by threats and blackmail. Now, Jermaine Khia slammed for calling victims of sexual assault career rappies, telling lies, threats to end relationship, warnings of rumor spreading, and verbal abuse were cited by 22% of men in the survey. Now, the research project led by Dr. Simon from Lancaster University Law School and supported by Charity Survivors Manchester also found the use of force such as pinning down with body weight of having a weapon was reported by 14% of men. Shucks. Now, all 154 of the UK male survey participants have, had experienced compelled penetration. Now, the men shared their most recent experience of being forced to penetrate a woman, as well as their engagement with the criminal justice system. Now, how they would label what had happened to them, whether they had experienced multiple victimization and emotional and psychological harms as well. Now, the majority of the participants who completed the survey reported that they knew the woman, often as an acquaintance or a friend, and just over half were in or had been in a relationship with the perpetrator. All right. So, these are women that have been in a relationship with this man, and now that they've broken off, they're really just trying to sleep with them.
Oh my goodness.
They're raping these men.
What a mind-boggling topic.
I know. It's quite crazy.
And it happens. We need to talk about it.
We have to speak about it because it really does happen. I know a friend recently that actually tells me that one of the, he's a CEO of a company, and he actually had a writer in the company that was writing for them. And he is married as well with 2 kids. And so what was happening is that this woman started touching him inappropriately. Even in meetings, when he would actually be chairing a meeting, this woman would constantly want to sit in front of him, and it was inappropriate. But only he sees this only afterwards, only after this woman has actually resigned from work to say, actually, she's been sexually harassing me. And if this went on and on and on, it was going to get too deep because, as man, there's a lot of testosterone. So you'd go for it. And you only find out later that this woman actually will say you raped her.
Yes.
And all along, she's been touching you inappropriately. It could be, unconsciously doing it. However, it is happening.
Yeah, as women, we need to take responsibility also.
Yeah.
Like, you find that you wonder what some women are thinking in their heads. I mean,
Yeah.
this is your CEO and
Right.
you want to distract him in your meetings. How unprofessional are you?
How
Are you
unprofessional
going
are
to
you?
continue to do that in other workplaces
Right.
where you get hired? And then when you're refused work, you complain that they don't hire women.
Because they want
But
to
your
sleep with the women.
character is
Yeah.
questioned.
Yeah, by all means. Now, the men shared their most recent experience of being forced to penetrate a woman, as well as the engagement with the criminal justice system, how they would label what had happened to them, whether they had experienced multiple victimization, as I mentioned, and emotional and psychological harms. Now, the majority of the participants who completed the survey reported that they knew the woman often, right, and they were in relationships with them, like mentioned. Now, only 2 men said they had reported their experience to the police, and in both instances, the case did not make it to court. When we started this conversation, you mentioned how a lot of them don't want to come out because of such cases. They get to court and maybe, they're not taken very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have to talk about it.
We have to talk about it.
It has to be addressed.
It has to be addressed.
Yeah.
It's quite deep.
On both sides, really, on
Yeah.
both sides. But men need to stand up and speak about such things because
Yeah.
we cannot condone such
We
behavior.
can't. Already we are fighting, and this is across the world, in the entertainment business, where you're finding, there's hashtags going around that, women's sexual harassment needs to stop. And I really think that with men's sexual harassment as well, it needs to stop.
Yeah.
By all means.
Let's be
Alrighty,
fair.
folks, we're going to keep the conversation happening throughout the entire show. Hashtag the Convo Corner at Bongani_Drum at Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook as well. Let us know what you think. When I find out from you, have you been, as a man, been sexually harassed as well in the workplace? Let's find out from you. It's 21 after 2 Central African Time. Drama teaming coming up. But for now, here's a little bit of Tepofela. Tepofela is a jazz artist, and this one is titled Tinfo, right? I think it's in Swati, and this is the remix of Tinfo Zaba Zaba Zala as well. 21 after 2 Central African Time. We come back. Stick around.
batala kusitoteno. Yekelani tempo, tabamva batala kusitoteno.
Right, shares the remix on the Dramatic Talk on BrandLive.co.za. Catch him at Winnie's Bar. It's happening on the 6th, if not the 2nd of April 2018. He's going to be performing there. You can catch him right there. 25 after 2 Central African time, right here on the Dramatic Talk with myself, Bongani Drama. Hey, Rose, something interesting happening on the 31st of March is World Backup Day. Now, this Saturday, Yas will join the rest of the planet in recognizing World Backup Day. Now, it's a day designed to encourage the global community to recognize the importance of backing up important information in order to protect it from unforeseen disasters. So, if you have information that you have wherever, in your computer, in your smartphone, wherever it is, you need to back it up.
That is actually true because 2 weeks back, my phone fell in water and I thought I lost everything until I downloaded WhatsApp on the temporary cell that I'm using.
Yeah,
it's a smartphone, and guess what? I have all my contacts back.
Fantastic.
I have my media,
fantastic,
everything. So, hey, I'm looking forward to that day, and people should be encouraged to back up their information because you lose your CVs, you lose content for the show. You know, 100%. You shouldn't lose such things.
You shouldn't lose such things. And I think have backup for your backup as well. So if you back up something, have a backup for the backup. You know, if it's on iCloud, if it's, anywhere else on Google Drive or wherever, but have that, because on Dropbox as well, because they are said to be very safe as well, those platforms as well.
No, now I trust.
Yeah. All right, it's 27 after 2 Central African time. Let's go straight to it. It's time for Drama Attainment.
Extra, read all about it.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
It's the Drama Attainment.
Alrighty, it is time for Dramatainment, and the first story coming through is Tira and Mampincha feud intensifies. Now, DJ Tira says he's still not sure if it was him or his upcoming event that saw Mampincha quote him in a huge amount to book Babes Wodumo, but he insists it was not her usual rate. So it's crazy because Mampincha allegedly really rated, loudly to DJ Tira. Now the alleged feud between Tira and Mampincha seemed to have reached new levels recently when it was claimed that the West Inc. boss had purposely jacked up the price to book Babes when Tira came calling and looking for her services. Now, Tira mentioned to a publication that he wanted the Wololo star to shine on his Gqom in Concert Music Festival stage next month, but was told that she was unavailable unless he paid a premium price for her. Now, he mentioned that, I don't know why I was quoted so much. I guess a person has a right to charge as much as they want, but I know for a fact that it was not the normal fee that I was being quoted. I don't know if it was because it was me for the show or asking for the show, but the price was higher than we could afford and we could not match it. Now we hope that they will still come around and we can negotiate the fee. Now Tira said he was told Babes was booked for that weekend, but West Inc. had told him they would make a plan for him if he coughed up the fee. Now repeated attempts to contact Mampincha and Babes were unsuccessful as well. But here's the thing that I think a lot of people in the industry miss, that can we not be friends when work is on the table, right? Because Babes is booked on that weekend. Only that they're saying is that if you pay and cough up more money, we'll be able to cancel the other gig and come to your gig. There's nothing personal with that.
Yeah, I actually also wanted to mention that, or ask the question, when do you draw the line between business and friendship? Because, if Babes is booked, then the only time, if it was another client other than Tira, they would have
100%.
They would have told him that they would have quoted him the same amount.
Yeah.
Right?
Work is work. Look, business needs to be business. Let's, friendship in the industry can be such a thing. Let's work. Because then, when you are too much of friends and then when it gets to business, it becomes a big problem.
Yeah.
Right?
You never know. It's probably deeper.
It's probably deeper. They're not going to tell us. Alrighty, the next story coming through is young actor Nico Totela and his partner Bethany Meyers tied the knot in a stunningly beautiful courthouse gender blending ceremony. Now listen to this. The newly married couple have been in a queer polygamous relationship for 12 years. Now, Nico identifies as a pansexual, while Bethany identifies as gay. Now, on Saturday, this is 2 weeks ago, Nico and Bethany shared a gallery of photographs from their courthouse wedding, which took place at City Clerk Marriage Bureau in New York on Friday, the 9th of March, and they looked angelic. Now, photographer Victoria Matthews captured the stunning couples for their white gender-fluid ensembles designed by Andrew Morrison. Now, in a lengthy essay posted on them, Condi, the LGBTI-centered online publication, the couple open up about their special day. Now, Nico says that, ensemble designed by our dear friend Andrew Morrison, timeless and androgynous, paraphernalia, mimicking Remesque sculptures that fluidly blends masculine and feminine as well, right? So here is a couple. The one is gay and the other one is pansexual. Now, pansexual is meaning that you can actually date any sex that you want. If it's a homosexual, you can go for them. If they're lesbian, you can go for them. If they're straight, man, you can actually do them as well. So it is quite interesting.
Basically, you're like universal.
You are very universal. You are everywhere, all over the place as well, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's find out from you what you think about Dramatainment, folks. Hashtag Dramatainment at Bongani_drama at Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook as well. It is 2:30. Time for your sports headlines.
Time to talk about sports.
Don't touch that dial. It's time for the sports news and the sporting stars of tomorrow right here on
Brand Live.
Kickstarting your sports news, Amakosi dominates social media rankings. A very good afternoon. I am Rose Rataga. They may only be fifth in the ABSA Premiership League standings, but Kaizer Chiefs keep winning off the field of play and are at the top of the latest digital media rankings released by German-based digital sports media platform Result Sports. The rankings look at the number of people making up the community of each of the 16 PSL clubs across major social networks, namely Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, as well as the video platforms Periscope and YouTube. Amakosi top the standings and have grown their digital family by about 103 3,730 people in this quarter. Chiefs' Twitter share is increasing like wildfire, having gained close to 70,000 more people in 3 months, while the Facebook stake grew also by just over 23,000 people. And in tennis, Anderson reaches Miami quarterfinals. South African's Kevin Anderson has reached the quarterfinals of the Miami Open after beating American youngster Francis Tiafoe in straight sets. The 6th-seeded Anderson beat the 20-year-old Tiafoe 7-6 to 7-3, 6-4 to set up a duel with Spain's Pablo Carreno Busta, who dispatched his compatriot Fernando Verdasco 6-0, 6-3. Anderson, who lost at the quarterfinal stage of the recently completed Indian Wells Masters, will be looking to reach a maiden Masters 1000 semi-final. It will be his 10th quarterfinal at this level. Temperatures are still 25 degrees in Lagos, 25 degrees in Johannesburg, 31 in Lagos, 7 degrees in Washington, D.C. Stay tuned to the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
Rose, thank you very much for those sports headlines. And you know what? I mean, did you see what was happening in cricket news? New Zealand, versus South Africa when they were tampering the ball and was caught on camera. Right, the captain of the New Zealand team and one of the affiliates as well. So what happened is they were trying to tamper with the ball. So it was also explained so much on social media. So they had a tape. He had a tape in his pocket and he tried to tamper with the ball to try and rub the tape so the ball can look so much worn out so that when they throw the ball, it can go to the other side and not really hit where it should hit. But that was seen, and I think the umpire saw it as well. It was a huge blast, on television. And he put the tape on his crotch, and when he was approached, he took out a spectacles pouch, to show them that actually that's the only thing in his pocket. And he lied, and we saw it on camera.
How dodge?
And it's seemingly New Zealand has done it before. Now it seems brazen and they're bound to draw attention from match officials. But New Zealand's cricketers admitted doing all of the above in full view during a test in Pakistan back in 1990. So New Zealand has come out to say, actually, we have been doing it. We've been doing it a while, only just now that we get caught.
So they nonchalantly say
that actually
it's okay to cheat.
It's a thing.
It's just that now we've been caught out. What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it?
How rude.
Now they say take one bottle top, cut into quarters, apply tape, leaving sharp pointed exposed, hide in pocket, gouge cricket ball when required.
No, they should inspect these balls before they play.
They have to.
And I mean, with any sport, as much as they check the players on steroids or on any drugs, they should also check what's happening on the field.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, Australian captain Steve Smith and Cameroon Bancroft admit to ball tampering during the third test against South Africa on Saturday. But these days, with match referees watching every move and an ICC code of conduct, everyone knows the rules. Now, the fact Australia stooped to such a level, actually Australia, knowing the consequences and with cameras capturing their every move, now showed desperation bordering on arrogance. Now, even more so when Captain Steve Smith admitted it was premeditated by the leadership group. Now, in 1990, TV coverage was scant and it was a skin to cricket's Wild West with the umpires in sole control, right? But these days, television and social media and technology are on a notch, so we will see your every move.
Absolutely.
By all means, right?
Yes.
Yeah, quite scary. Alrighty, it's 14:36 Central African Time right here on the Dramatic Talk on brandlive.co.za. Catch Rose again with your last news bulletins a little bit later. But for now, hang 10.
I don't know your niggas, but I'm pretty sure that I hate your niggas. I don't know your niggas, but I'm pretty sure that I kill your niggas. Blue Jack's gon' kill us, even though a nigga hands up like it Jesus. Even though a nigga hands up like it Jesus. Even though a nigga hands up like it Jesus. Watch how you speak to me, got my soldier on waiting on you to keep testing me. Low-key and shit till they faking me. Fuck what you think of me with a condom, I'll repeat like it's cannabis. Delete like it's snowcraft, stinging like Dr. P. Sir, give me my letter, please. We climbing to galaxy, see how you fuck fucking think that's how it ought to be, baby, please lie to me. Make baby cry for me, she super physical, call him a fussy bitch. She willing to jump a sick click shit. She one of them wannabes, I'ma just let him feed like I'm busted bitch. We taking pictures like they famous shit. Where I'm from, but you can't really see your whole clique on the same tip. Gotta stay fit. What it do when you're not living life like attitude determines how your life like. Now you caught up in shit you cannot control. You end up losing your soul, rather using your soul and get close to your goal, nigga. All that I know, keep it trippy, way to the goal. S to the T, double E-Z-Y, nigga, I'm Mo, ayy. Flex words on peace, nigga, I'm Mo, ayy. Weed on daily, booze on basis, in occasions. With my bros screaming fuck cocaine. Hippie nigga, trippy nigga, cat cocaine. Hippie nigga, trippy nigga, cat coke. I don't know yo niggas, but I'm pretty sure that I hate yo niggas. I don't know yo niggas, but I'm pretty sure that I'll kill yo niggas. Blue Jacks gon' kill us, even though a nigga hands up like it Jesus. Even though a nigga hands up like it Jesus. Even though a nigga hands up like it Jesus. I can't go bang with my daddy on my loan. Yeah, I can't go bang with my daddy on my loan. Yeah, I can't go bang on my daddy on my loan. Can't go bang on my daddy on my loan. Can't go bang on my daddy on my loan. Yeah, goods these bad chicks, mad kicks, nigga, I've been with that. One trick pony, homie, finna stop me, but he can't fuck with that. I got friends, I love my friends, but we don't trust each other, man, this shit is bad. We got skills, we got steez, if we can work together, we're a big, I bet. Enough of that, I'm the man, cut off my hands, I don't dab. Fuck off my face with your crap, I'm not a Uber, no app. Yeah, I don't trip, I don't trap, I just smoke weed and I rap. Then I smoke more than I laugh, bitch that I wish is the best. Putting my weed in the ass, now my weed smelling like ass. Hey, I be laughing to the bank and riding by you niggas. Hit your face with figures, never mind the hater running out of gators. Fucking J when you put the case, stay away from his fucking chain. I don't finna flex until my homies finna get this chance. I mean no turning back, you need to grab my hand, I got your back. I need some haze and a lot of that. Niggas finna hate cause they got it bad. I'm kicking back with my old fans. Mama see the bad and she got friends. Mama see the bad and she got friends. Mama see the bad and she got friends. Sorry homie, you ain't got that. Back bands, you got that. Fast track, you got pain. I don't know yo niggas, but I'm pretty sure that I hate yo niggas. I don't know yo niggas, but I'm pretty sure that I hate yo niggas. Blue Jacks gon' kill us, even though a nigga hands up like it's Jesus. Even though a nigga hands up like it's Jesus. Even though a nigga hands up like it's Jesus. I can't go bang on my daddy on my loan. Yeah, I can't go bang on my daddy on my loan. Yeah, I can't go bang on my daddy on my loan. Can't go bang on my daddy on my loan. Can't go bang on my daddy on my loan. Yeah, life is a humdrum, violent and noisy. I'm a hot lump, spreading and breaking like a dum-dum. They got rifles, grenades and pump guns, killing them softly with flows. I got a skate gun. They just chilling, sipping, maybe fuck it. I don't give a fuck, kid, I'm already living. I'm steezy as fuck, boy. I'm looking like Travis. Don't ever look at that, boy. I'm here for the bitches. And next finger up, we catch the sexy and we out. Go out, pop, call them niggas and the mommies. We steezed up, baby, going straight to Brummy. And the mommy is so horny and she twerking like she crazy. Baby, you should hang in steez. Tone jeans and all that shit, it's so easy. We the ones breaking rules in the new CD. New favorite track and the hottest color cheating. Me, myself, and I, my rhyme, my style, not forgetting soda. Man, I'm getting older, words are even stronger. Verses still long and niggas so whack, man, your songs are even colder. Colder than your daughter, pressing on my shoulder. Pop a Minnesota, took it to the creepy sober. Man, the story so long, probably lose your focus. Man, the shit is bogus, call me trippy flower. Hold up, switch my flow up, grow up, fuck with me and soda. Got my niggas call us 100,000 soldiers. Pistol to your head, you blow up. Cause you trying so hard to stop us. We know you, your name is out to see you. And we ain't see you. Your friends are probably gonna leave you. I F your little pretty sister. Her actions yelling steezy more, I need you. I F it in and pass him to my other steezy nigga. Yeah, can't stop me, nigga, I'm on. And your little dusty girl blowing my phone. Man, my pen say, yeah, my favorite player on. And the music just can't stop dancing to my song. Long way you go. You think the world needs a rapper like you, though. Don't worry about me, cash flow, and I'm catching all the dough. Guess what? I got back with my flow. No, 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 no. I do not run it like that. I just keep on with my raps. Smoke all the weed, then I rap. Then I smoke more than I laugh. How do you like that? But I ain't about that. Boy, you moving too fast. Are you glad that you black? Post the shit on your rap. Do you think they like that? They do not like that. They don't like it when you black. And you glad that you black.
brandlive.co.za.
It's time to buckle up.
Now, this is
Bongari drama.
In your face, all over the place.
We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Brand Live.
No doubt.
You have an amazing accent. Yeah, definitely tomorrow, because tomorrow I've got work, so that's why I need to have a shower and go to sleep. But tomorrow, we've got to have work the next day after as well. But yeah, we can talk late at night, or just not too late though. But yeah.
It's 6 a.m. The sun's coming up. Sun's coming up. Sun's coming up. 10 p.m. The sun's going down. Sun's going down. Sun's going down. I just don't wanna be in my hotel. I guess I'ma just have to do it myself. Shit. Every time that I grow, a nigga just dies. Nigga. So I look to the sky like, why am I alive? And I guess that all I can do is just strive. Shit. Gotta stay on my grind, put the bullshit aside. I just turned 22 and I'm living my dreams. You wouldn't believe everything that I've seen. And I guess I just smile every time that I think that I know what it means. Now my ex-girl texts me saying that she in my city. But I said I'm out the country, like, isn't that a pity? 12 a.m. in Camden, I'm flying like Aladdin, blowing smoke like I'm a dragon, rocket all the latest fashion. It's 12 a.m. in Camden, when I started rapping. I asked my mom and dad if they thought this would ever happen. Now it's 12 a.m. in Camden. 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 When I started rapping, I asked my mom and dad if they thought this would ever happen. Shout out to my niggas on the north. Man, I bought clothes that I barely could afford. Till they praise the niggas, these had me feeling like the Lord. So I be fresh to death if I turn into a corpse. Lord knows I was feeling right at home. Kinda how I felt when I started writing songs. But I'm grown now, me and mom get along. Cause I ain't trying to have regrets if either one of us are gone. Out the country or planet, I know that understands it. Cause we just here to visit. This my life, I'ma live it. I do it for the children. I just hope that they listen. I know the image is vivid, but I hope you still see the vision. Shit. It's 12 a.m. in Camden. I'm flying like Aladdin, blowing smoke like I'm a dragon, rocket all the latest fashion. It's 12 a.m. in Camden. When I started rapping, I asked my mom and dad if they thought this would ever happen.
Joshua, the I Am, 12 a.m. in Casmin, coming through right here on the Dramatic Talk on brandlive.co.za. Steezy Mo, I had that one played you, and it's titled I Don't Like You, right here on brandlive.co.za. It is 2:45 Central African time. Let's go to our last feature of the show. It is Fashion Fed.
It's time to buckle up.
Now, this is
Fashion Fit.
Black Lively prefers to be her own stylist. Would you prefer being your own stylist, Rose, or you prefer someone else actually dressing you up?
I think I'd have an assistant,
Yeah.
but mostly I'd be styling myself.
Yeah.
You know?
I think also with myself it's similar because I do have a stylist, but obviously for different occasions, right? When I'm going for different, don't give me that look. Oh my goodness. You know, when I'm actually going to events, I do have, someone that would style me because then maybe at that point I actually want to look maybe different from what I generally do look like every day. I'm going to shut up. The Gossip Girl star knows it is a lot of work selecting and organizing her own outfits rather from, really having a team to do it for her. But she enjoys being creative. Now, she said it's a lot of work. I mean, it's not hard in that we all dress ourselves every morning, right? In actual fact, we all do.
I mean,
So once you have the clothes, you just pick out what you wear or what you like. Another human being, does. But it's easier because you have access to clothes, and so it's not that hard. Now, the hard part is going through all the fashion shows and screen shooting all the looks you like and calling them in. Now, I have an assistant who helps in calling in the looks, but a lot of it is I have a relationship with the designers. So in any case, she could just dress herself, because also it's quite expensive to be having, all the time having a stylist, unless you are a Bonang Mateba or a Lona Maseko or, an Andy Pair or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Now, a 30-year-old actress who has James 3 and 17-year-old ends with her husband Ryan Reynolds like being able to be in control. Now, speaking to Women's Wear Daily, she added, probably because I have control issues and a big ego as well. That's probably the honest answer. Wow, that's stunning. Now, I just like it. I love design and I love fashion, and it's, a way to be creative. Now, in my job, I get to be creative, but it's over a period of time, and so many other people are involved. Whereas, this is a beginning, middle, and end, and I get to be creative, and there's an end date in the near future. Now, it's the same reason why I like doing my friends' hair and makeup or cooking. You get to be creative and finish it. Now, whereas with my job, you do it, and then 2 years later, it is finished. It probably goes back to control issues. It's like, okay, I did it. I completed it. It's done. So she likes doing it for herself, dressing herself, cooking for herself, and whatever the case may be, for herself.
Also, you know yourself better than anyone else.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and especially when it comes to dress code, some people don't really get the memo. Like, you would hire a stylist,
100%,
and they wouldn't really get the memo, and you're like, but this is not what I wanted.
100%.
Right?
Yeah. Now, I was explaining to you that with my stylist, it's the same stuff. Why are you laughing at me?
I love it. I love it.
I'm in the age now that I need to have someone that dresses me up.
Yeah.
Because with my stylist, what happens is we come together, then we decide on what I really want, and then we come up with ideas. He will come up with ideas saying, but you've been wearing this for quite some time. Let me try and zhuzh up and give you something else. And if I like it, I go for it. But if I don't, I let him know that this is not so much Bongani drama. And I would like to be represented like that. As a brand, as Bongani drama, when I'm out there, I would like to look as how Bongani drama sees himself looking like in public. Right? So it's a team effort more than anything.
I can't wait to get to that age
I'm
of
done
stylist.
with you. I'm not speaking to you ever again.
What an inspiration.
The last story coming through is Kim Jones replaces Chris Van Archer, if I've spelled that right, at Dior Home. Now, Chris Van Archer has stepped down after 11 years as artistic director of Dior Home. A lot of people in the design business or in the fashion world are actually resigning, which is quite amazing, because then you can have a fresh breed of people that can come through and take over, or probably 50 years again and resign or die.
And fashion is constantly evolving, so we need new ideas.
100%.
So and there's potential out there.
Yeah.
There is so much potential.
That's very true.
So, yeah.
It has to happen.
It had to happen.
Now, the arrival of Jones at the company marks the first major appointment since the new CEO and chairman of Christian Dior Couture, Pietro Bicari, joined the company from Fendi in February. Now, he mentions, I'm deeply honored to join the house of Dior, a symbol of the ultimate elegance, said Jones in a statement released by Via Business of Fashion. I would like to warmly thank Bernard Arnold and Pietro Bicari for their trust in giving me this incredible opportunity. I'm committed to create a modern and innovative male, stiletto built upon the unique legacy of the house. Now, Kim Jones and David Beckham also, he has dressed people like David Beckham, so which is quite amazing. Now, Jones' first collection of Dior Home will be unveiled during the Paris Menswear Show in June. Now, during his tenure at Dior Home, Van Asher was known for his urban and minimalistic aesthetic, which he'd previously honed working under Heidi Slimane, and was a favorite among younger Hollywood crowd. We wish him all the best, and we wish Jones also coming through at Dior Home all the best as well, right?
Absolutely.
Quite amazing. Alrighty, Rose Rataha is standing by with your last news bulletins. It is 10 before 3.
It's time to buckle up.
Now, this is
Bongani drama.
Brandlive.co.za.
It's the headlines.
Recapping your top stories, Cape Town water consumption drops by 43 million litres and spy expulsions a setback for Trump-Putin courtship. A very last afternoon, I am Rose Rataha. Cape Townians have managed to get water usage down to 522 million litres per day over the past week, to 43 million litres than the previous week's water usage. The city of Cape Town still requires Cape Townians to reduce collective usage to 450 million litres per day or 50 litres per person per day. We need to achieve this target in order to stretch the available water supplies through the rest of the year, said Deputy Mayor Ian Nielsen. The more water we use, the faster our dam levels decline. In the past week, dam levels have fallen by 0.5% to 22.2% despite the rain that was received primarily on March 24. Water management devices continue to be installed on the connections of high water users, and teams are working around the clock to detect and repair leaks, said Nielsen. Level 6B water restrictions remain in place and consumers are receiving bills based on Level 6 tariffs. This means that the more water that residents use, the more they will pay. The city has also been expanding its rollout of pressure testing with the purpose of using the results to implement more automated pressure zones across the metro in an effort to help reduce water usage to 50 litres per person per day. By creating automated pressure zones, the city is able to adjust water pressure remotely and work more efficiently as it implements pressure management. US President Donald Trump has ordered an unprecedented expulsion of Russian officials and warned the Kremlin needs to change, a setback for his courtship of Russian President Vladimir Putin, but perhaps not its end. On the face of it, the latest iteration of Washington's endless reset of relations with Moscow is in serious trouble. Having wooed Putin for the better part of 2 years, the 71-year-old US president on Monday expelled 60 alleged Russian spies. Trump also ordered the closure of the Russian consulate in Seattle within snooping distance of a US submarine base and a plant run by aircraft maker Boeing, one of the president's favorite companies. It was a decision that he was involved in from the beginning and that he personally made after several meetings, said a senior administration officer. Trump was briefed on the ongoing preparations throughout the weekend, he added. The expulsion announcement was accompanied by out-of-character warning that Russia has to change if Trump's stated aim of better ties are to come true. That was all for your news bulletin. Catch me next week between 2 to 3 p.m. bringing you your latest news and sports update. For the Dramatic Talk News, I am Rose Rataga.
Thank you so much, Rose. I just think this whole Cape Town Day Zero thing was a propaganda. Why all of a sudden that we have a new president and everything seems to be, the situation seems to be settling down,
Yeah.
So much. I don't understand why, but to me, it looks like it was propaganda. They knew that there's actually water in Cape Town, but they were just trying to die the situation so that we can have a new president.
And I feel like water will cost more because this sounds like they want to implement water meters.
All right.
Which will chow us more.
Which will chow us for days. It will chow us for days. That's very true. Alrighty, it is 6 before 3 p.m. right in the Dramatic Talk on BrentLive.co.za. Nazy and Jimmy Train talking about me. We'll wrap up this show after this.
I mean, don't you got somewhere to be, nigga? Talking loud here, you don't even belong around here. Get the fuck around me, nigga. Cause I know there's fakes in this city. That's why I don't mess with these sissies. I got all my real niggas with me. So what you talking about me, nigga? Hey, I mean, you don't even know about me, nigga. Yeah, I'm coming from a small place, that's why I dream bigger. Cause I know there's no love in this bitch, and my only goal is getting rich, and I'll never switch. So what you talking about me, nigga? Tell me, is you talking about me, nigga? Yeah, is you talking about me? It can't be, is you talking about me? Hold up, I can't let this beat get the best of me, so I'ma pull up. Jimmy gon' roll up. Got 999 if you fuck niggas show up. Got on my side even though I fuck up my commandments. I love to see bad bitches dancing. Not even bragging, I get all my goons from the west. Know my goons from the south got a mansion, so trust it's a must, we gon' go up. Yeah, for all of my niggas that's fucking, they ain't got a choice. I got the Durex to mention. Forget all these bitches that's flexing.
I treat her like she a session. I do all these things cause she lets me. I might even dip in her bestie. She been on my case about that nana. It smell like Teen Spirit Nirvana. She know my ting been like banana. And so, she follow wherever I go. But sorry girl, I don't need baggage. That's why you should jump in that pool cause you nasty. I got the life of niggas wanna mash me. Got a drug problem I struggle to manage. So for all you niggas hating on me, you never catch me sober, nigga. So please, is you talking about me?
Neezy and Jimmy Train talking about me right on the Dramatic Talk. We love them so much because we've always loved them and we've always been with them by all means. And we've always made a point that we play them right here on the show. Quite amazing. You know, I mean, they're up and coming and we haven't had them in studio. And I don't know when that can be organized. Hey, Rose?
We still have to talk to them. Well, I've spoken to him about it and, you know, people and the management, they still have to speak to management.
Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that, you know, management gets their, you know, their act right and they'll make it a point that they come through and we have a chat with them.
Absolutely, they're great.
Alrighty, folks, this is the Gateway. We're saying goodbye to you and thank you so much for streaming in. We had so much fun on the show and I'm hoping that you actually yourself had more fun than actually we did because, I mean, you know, we were not here last week and we're gunning, you know, towards Easter weekend. And I'm urging each and every one of you to please be safe out there. Please be safe by all means. Why I'm saying this is because Metro cops are going to be out there. They're going to be searching your cars. They're going to be, you know, making sure that they breathalyze you if you're going to be drinking and driving as well. So please be safe by all means. The Gateway, folks, this is what you missed on the show if you just streamed in. On the Convo Corner, we were talking, can man be sexually harassed? And we actually, you know, did come up with that. Men can actually also be sexually harassed in the workplace. So it's quite a thing as well. On Dramatainment, we looked at Tira and Mampinja feud that intensified as well. And we looked at a, you know, unusual marriage between, you know, the actor Nico Tortorella and his partner Bethany Meyers, who's, you know, the one is pansexual, the one is a homosexual. On Fashion Fad, we looked at Blake Lively prefers to be her own stylist, and obviously Kim Jones replaces Chris at Dear Home as well. That's it for us today, right in the Dramatic Talk on a Wednesday, the 28th of March. We actually are wrapping up March, right in the Dramatic Talk, and we'll see you in April, right? Actually,
Absolutely.
for me, I mean, I'm going to say that the year officially begins in April, I guess.
How can you say that?
And because a lot of things have been happening. If you look in January, February, March, not a lot have been happening. But, you know, there's quite a few that's been happening. Tisa Somokwena mentioned that he's been a victim of sexual harassment by a woman. So that's quite a big thing. I mean, I hope, you know, I wish he had spoken to us a little bit earlier about it. But then he mentioned it. Tisa, so let us know. Hit us up on Twitter and on Facebook at brandlive.co.za. And we'll speak about it next week again.
And
Rose,
thank him for his bravery.
and thank you for his bravery for speaking out, right?
Yeah, I really respect him for that.
Absolutely. Rose, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll
Don't worry.
do it again
I'm
next
back.
week.
See you next week.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us, folks, right on the Dramatic Talk. The name is Bongani Drama. Keep it, know it, and never forget it. Uhamba Nobani, Josie's finest, is who is taking you home right now. But until then, have an amazing Wednesday further. To God be the glory. Bye-bye.
Napinda futhi ngabona uphethe uprofessor ngizwila mahemhe bathi jolo mampintsha namuhla bheka sophethe Josie's finest kathi ukhetha